If you've ever wondered how much protein you should eat to support fertility, hormones, and metabolic health, or have felt confused about whether you're getting enough protein, you're not alone. The truth is, getting protein right can completely shift your hormones, energy, cycles, and fertility outcomes. And today, I'm going to break down exactly how to do it. In this video, you'll learn how much protein women with PCOS, fertility concerns, or during pregnancy actually need, simple ways to get enough protein at every meal, practical examples and portion guides from my ultimate protein guide. So stick with me until the end because I'll share my personal favorite protein sources in a free resource that I created. This resource is designed specifically to make protein simple, practical, and effective for you. So how much protein do you really need? Most women with PCOS thrive on 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, which usually comes out to about 100 to 130 grams of protein per day. Think of it like this. Aim for a palm-sized serving of protein at each meal. That's your visual cue. It keeps things simple and realistic. Now, if you're active or pregnant or trying to build muscle, you might need to add a little bit extra to make sure your body has enough fuel to build those muscles and those tissues. And here's the thing. How much protein you need really depends on your goals and where you're at in life. For general health, most women do well with about 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. That's enough to maintain muscle mass, keep your metabolism running smoothly, and prevent nutrient gaps without overthinking it. But if you have PCOS or you're trying to conceive, you'll want a little bit more. That's why we bump it up to about 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. That extra protein helps you stabilize blood sugar, supports hormone production, and gives your body what it needs to ovulate more consistently. And if you're pregnant, your protein needs increase even more. Think of it as fuel for both you and your growing baby. In the first trimester, we want a minimum of 75 grams of protein per day, as this is usually enough to support early fetal development and keep your hormones steady. But by the second trimester, we do want to increase protein to at least 80 to 100 grams of protein per day due to the expanding maternal tissues and blood volume. And then in the third trimester, you'll likely need closer to 100 to 120 grams of protein per day to support fetal growth, organ development, and to help keep your energy levels. It's important to remember that protein needs aren't a one-size-fits-all, but there's a simple way to get it without feeling overwhelmed. If we aim to have consistent servings across all meals, think about that palm-sized portion each time. That's enough to hit the basics for your protein goals without overthinking it or feeling too restricted or overwhelmed. A practical approach is to focus on 3 protein-rich meals and then sprinkle in high-protein snacks as needed throughout the day. Your main meals can include the palm-sized portions of protein, while snacks can be smaller, but still packed with protein to help energy and keep cravings in check. Some great whole food, high-protein snack options can include a boiled egg or 2, a handful of roasted edamame, or a small portion of unflavored Greek yogurt with berries and granola. You could also venture out and try lupini beans or chickpea salad. But you could also add a slice of cheese with some nuts and berries. Spreading protein consistently through the day like this helps most women naturally reach that intake and supports blood sugar balance, hormone health, and fertility without feeling like every bite has to be a huge portion. So why does protein matter so much? Simply put, protein is the building blocks for your body's essential functions. Provides the amino acids your body needs to produce and clear hormones properly, which is especially important for women with PCOS or fertility challenges. Protein also helps maintain lean muscle mass, which improves insulin sensitivity and keeps your metabolism running smoothly. On top of that, proteins and their amino acids help to support fertility and helping to support ovulation and overall reproductive health. Protein keeps you full and satisfied, so you're less likely to reach for sugary snacks and to potentially overeat. And let's not forget about tissue repair. Protein fuels healthy hair, skin, and nails, all of which can be affected if your protein intake is too low. Without enough protein, your body simply can't function at its best, and hormone imbalances or fertility struggles can become even more challenging. So how can you actually make sure you're hitting your daily protein goal? The key is to make it simple and consistent. Start by including protein in every meal. Think lean meats, such as poultry, fish, eggs, could be dairy, legumes, nuts, or seeds. Protein at breakfast is especially important, so you could try out plain Greek yogurt, eggs, cottage cheese, turkey slices, or even a protein-packed smoothie to kickstart your day. Next, plan your protein-packed meals in advance. So you could add chicken, tofu, beans, or lentils to salads, to stir fries or soups, so it's easy to get enough without overthinking too hard. And don't forget snacks. Keep high protein options on hand like boiled eggs, edamame, lupini beans, or a quick protein shake just to bridge the gap between meals. And often what I recommend is to just take a week to track your portions. You might be surprised by how much protein you're actually missing. And simply the awareness can make it much easier to reach your daily target. By building these small, practical habits, hitting your protein goals will eventually become second nature, and your hormones, energy, and fertility get that consistent support that they need. Now, let's talk about some of my favorite protein sources, the foods that I personally reach for again and again because they're nutritious, versatile, and hormone-friendly. On the animal-based side, I love salmon, chickens, eggs, canned light tuna, and rainbow trout. These foods give you complete protein, plus key nutrients like iron, B vitamins, and omega-3s that are especially important for women with PCOS. If you're leaning more plant-based, then think lentils, chickpeas, edamame, lupini beans, and tofu are all excellent options. They're packed with protein, fiber, and antioxidants, which support hormone balance and healthy digestion. For dairy and other alternatives, plain Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and unsweetened soy milk are easy ways to boost protein at any meal or snack. And don't forget about protein powders. Whey or plant-based blends can be a convenient backup when life gets busy. And then a quick tip for portions. A standard serving is about the size of your palm, as I have repeated nonstop. So for example, 4 ounces of salmon gives you roughly 21 to 23 grams of protein. 3/4 cups of plain Greek yogurt has anywhere from 15 to 23 grams of protein. 2 large eggs provide about 12 to 14 grams of protein. And 4 ounces of chicken has about 25 to 27 grams of protein. And then on the plant-based side, about a half cup of lentils gives you anywhere from 8 to 10 grams of protein. So even small adjustments throughout the day can really add up, helping you to consistently hit your protein goals without feeling like you're eating massive amounts at every meal. When it comes to protein timing and combinations, the goal is consistency throughout the day. So trying to aim for about 20 to 30 grams of protein at each meal, that's enough to keep your blood sugar steady, support hormone production, and maintain lean muscle mass. Mixing animal and plant-based proteins is a great way to add variety while covering a broad spectrum of nutrients. And protein powders can absolutely be helpful too, but remember, they are to supplement. They are a backup. They're not a replacement for whole foods. And if you're using collagen, always pair it with a protein so your body gets a complete amino acid profile. So here's what that might look like in real life. For breakfast, you could have scrambled eggs with spinach alongside a small serving of plain Greek yogurt. Lunch could be a hearty quinoa and chickpea salad with a drizzle of olive oil. And again, dinner might be salmon with roasted veggies and lentils on the side. And for snacks, keeping it simple with edamame or plant-based protein smoothie. These strategies make hitting your protein goals easy and practical, ensuring your hormones, metabolism, and fertility get steady, consistent support throughout the day. Protein really is the foundation for hormone balance, metabolic health, and fertility. When you have the foundation in place, everything else, like your energy, cravings, cycles, and even your chances of conception, can start to improve naturally. And don't stress about finding the one perfect protein. The best approach is a mix of high-quality animal proteins, plant proteins, and powders when needed. Each type brings its own benefits, and together, they give your body the building blocks it needs to thrive. If you want a little extra guidance, my ultimate guide to protein for women's health, PCOS, fertility, and pregnancy is available for free at metabolicmo.com. Inside, you'll find everything you need to make protein simple, such as protein targets to aim for, portion guides, serving size suggestions, and snack tips. And remember, Optimizing your protein intake can truly be a game changer for your hormones, your cycles, your energy, and your fertility. And I want to help you do it strategically without overcomplicating things. I can't wait to see you in the next video and help you start building that strong, supportive foundation for your health. See you next time.